Okay, should be starting a little bit shortly, just checking. Yeah, how do I check my live videos here? Okay, live. Yeah, there it is. Live right now. So let's share that first. Oh, wait, hold on. Please stand by. I've not done that in quite a while. So share to a group. Okay, so let's share this to everyone. And yeah, we should be up. We should be up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's click. Okay, so turn this down. Okay, we should be coming up. We should be going live right about. Come on, where's that video? There you go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today, a bit of a weird conundrum here. Kaldheim is here, ready to draft, ready to go, but we're doing traditional this time because it's still January. It's still the last day of the season. There's no sense in me trying to chase after rank, and actually it's the one case where it's nice that Premier and traditional draft are both of the same price, so we get to just draft so we get to try this one out once in a while. So we're gonna do a traditional draft this time. Give us some at the very least that allows us to get 6 games at the very least. So, and it will definitely set us on a deadline here. So we are looking out for if you want to get your gems worth back, you really need all 3 wins. 1,000 gems in 4 packs, that's more than enough. It's a bit sad on this end though, but I haven't tried traditional in quite a while. I'm figuring it's worth a shot, so let's give it a go. It's not often we get to do traditional. And seats are filling up quite nicely here, so we're gonna take a look and see how well we do. And it's also on the lookout and see if anyone else is coming in. Probably not so much. I probably should also use my headset for once. There might be some weird. It's a bit tight there. Okay, so we're gonna say yes. We're ready. We're just waiting for one more person to be ready. Actually, 2 more people to be ready in this case. Yeah, earphones are a pain. These are actually, I think, for lack of a better term, slightly ancient earphones here. So we're gonna switch to headphones. See if I can. And well, first up we got Waking the Trolls. That's a very interesting pick to start with. It's a bit of a nice swing. Good top end, good and whatnot. Personally, I would rather have. Let's see, Crush the Weak looks okay. It's a good board wipe, though. A good number of creatures are, well, elves are X2s. This will wipe them. Berserkers are a mix of X2s, X3s. Clerics have higher toughness, so that's a bit of a weird one. Shapeshifters also have high tough, with a few exceptions. Way down, it's kind of the safer one, but you don't want to start with that early. I honestly want to take this one, but let's just wake the trolls. Let's see if we can last the long game. So if I do take this, we are going to be on the lookout for both giants and shapeshifters. That's pretty much our plan there. And we're just waiting for other people to come along. Okay, so Reckless Crew, not the best rare in the world. Rune of Might is actually reasonable. It's an enchantment that cycles. I couldn't ask for more. Alternately, I could just take a Squash, though it's, well, Rootless You is actually fine. Though it's a creature that cycles up to another creature, so that's one thing we can do. I kind of want to take the Squash though, because at least because it is removal. Yeah, we're gonna swash. So we're knocking on wood that we're going to hit red giants and or green shapeshifters. Preferably both. We could also just do red blue or green blue splashing red. That's also a possibility. So we're kind of open in that one. We got an old growth troll, so at least the green part is open. But it looks like the picks are starting to dry up a bit. Lots of white, blue, and black from what I've seen. I'm still gonna take the old growth troll because why not? We can just go max green, splash a little red. We'll see if that pans out. It's gonna be sad though if it turns out our opponents are, everyone over here is starting to take green and red. That means we should probably bail. That makes the old growth troll a really, well, it's a really trolly pick at this point. You know what? Let's see if we can get provoke the trolls. Let's go for the trifecta. There are some other trolls in. There's the ice hide troll, so that's also another one. Okay, here's our good big 6 drop. I would rather have something cheaper, but Vault Robber does not qualify. We can go kind of into blue, but I think what I want to do is I want to stake my claim on green and red. This one's not a sync signal. This one is more of one, so I'm gonna go take the Lindworm here. So we are taking cards, but they're all on the top end, so we need to be careful of that. And I have to also be careful because the common giant, the 4/4 that can't block alone, that's still 4 mana. Any foretell card would be a great benefit. So that's something to look out for. Even the common artifact scarecrow, that's a good pick. What else are we looking for? We could okay, actually this is Tuskeri Firewalker is a very good mid-range drop. Allows us to boast into, well, it'll be sad if we boast into one of these early, but it's still worth a shot. This does incentivize me to hit a lower curve. Looking for ramp is also another possibility. I should also remember that this is traditional, so a sideboard is going to be important. Though some of those cards coming back. So to those tuning in, please drop a like so I can greet you properly, because I can't really see anything. In fact, I forgot to turn on these comment widgets. No, not that widget. There you go. Let's turn on these other widgets. Widget here, widget there. There's a rune. Rune of speed. Open the omen paths is a way to slightly ramp up, but it only helps us to get to, well, it's creature or enchantment spell, so it actually helps us to waking the trolls. I believe this card wheels. Funeral Longboat's a possibility. I probably should just take Rune of Speed. At least it's a card draw spell. Worst case scenario, just cast it in our opponent's stuff. Okay, now we got some options here. Dwarven Reinforcements. This one's actually a good turn 2 into a turn 3 play. Gets us some early creatures. Elderleaf Mentor. This also gives us early creatures. Both of these are quite comparable. Elven Bow is fine too. We're probably gonna end up getting the Omen Paths back here, so I really need to decide between one of these two cards. I'm gonna take the Dwarven Reinforcements because this has the possibility of being cheaper. Okay, and nothing much for us here. There's an Open the Omen Paths, but I'm gonna take the Snow-Covered Mountain just in case. Because Frostbite, the red shock that could become a red bolt, that one counts snow permanents, so we don't have to prioritize snow-covered lands. What we can do is look out for permanents. Okay, there's a Funeral Longboat, which kind of combos well with the Dwarven Reinforcements. The Waydown came back, that's interesting. Giant is fine, but I don't really... We could use one copy of a Giant's fine. Jaspera's Sentinel's not the best, but it's reasonable as an early... It's a reasonable early drop. It's also a reasonable way to help hit our mana for... I'm gonna take the Sentinel. And there's our Reckless Crew. See, we got our Cinderheart Giant back, but we also got the Scorn Effigy. This is what I'm talking about of trying to get cards that are cheap, and this one doesn't tax our mana that much, so we're gonna pass on this one again. Shame we're also passing the Snakeskin Veil. That one's a very good combat trick. Another Firewalker, so the triple green might be an issue, but I'm definitely taking. But this is pretty much our one way of churning through cards we need, and we need it badly. Yeah, I figured the Vault Robber would wheel. Vault Robber is really more of a late drop. Sure, you can drop it early. It's a good way to block stuff. Ideally, what you want to do is like charge with your Firewalker, trade off some stuff. No respect for Raven form. Let's see. Is there any? Well, I kind of need all of those. Yeah, no respect for Raven form. I'll take it. Also, we're more likely to, based on these colors, we're more likely to splash blue. Yeah, we got to open the Omen Paths, and I kind of want to bin both. Okay, there's Egon, Ghostbuster of Death. There's a Boreal Outrider, but without Shimmer, we will need a Shimmer Drift Veil to make that reasonable. There's a Masked Vandal, which actually helps our squash. There's an Elven Bow for early drops. The Masked Vandal is actually more like a main board card that acts like a sideboard card. Do I want to take it early, or do I want to? Because here's the thing: if I take Elven Bow, the equip cost is quite bad. It's basically a 2/3 for 3 mana. The Breakneck Berserker is probably better here. I could also just take the Outrider and spec. We do have quite. I'm gonna take the Outrider and speculate. Let's see if we can hit a snow-covered forest or the green. Okay. Fearless Liberator, this one's fine. The Craven Hawk is the one I really want. But we're gonna... Because, actually, yeah, the Boast here is quite expensive. He's an army in a can, but this might be one... This might not be the can because you want to open. Not... Okay, this one, I kind of want this to wheel. I really need to take early drops like this, so it's between the Firewalker and Craven Hulk. I'm gonna prioritize the Craven Hulk here for now. Let's get a few natural giants. Okay, we got our Rootless Yew, which is a good way to... Which now has better equity because we have a Ravenous Lindworm. There's also a Struggle for Skemfar, which we actually want as removal. Right now, we have only Squash as removal. Yeah, we need to take this as another piece of removal. We're gonna take this Struggle for Skemfar. Passing the uncommons is not the one thing that's exciting for me, but we have to look at what our deck can do and what our deck needs. We can't just assume that everything's gonna fall into place here. So okay, not so much. No, there's a Basalt Ravager. So this one is actually reasonable here. Well, I would like to splash. Well, not for this one. I want to splash for the rare one. So we have two. Okay, we got some Berserkers. That one's a some Berserkers, some Giants. We're kind of all over the place. I still want to take the Basalt Ravager. It's still potentially removal. It's still worth it. I just realized that yeah, the video quality is quite horrible, so I really need to highlight the cards I really want to take. I probably should really consider when I move house, I'm definitely going to ask for an upgrade to the internet quality. Could also be my settings. It could also be because I still haven't switched over to OBS yet. I haven't gotten around to it. I really should get to it though. On the bright side, we are getting a deck that's coming along. There's another Struggle for Skemfar. We have a good proportion of creatures here. I kind of... Do I want a third Firewalker? Do I want an elf? I'm actually going to take the... I'm going to take the Struggle again here. I'm hoping that one of the creatures wheels. Okay, so we have... Oh, we got our Frostbite, so we're taking that one. Again, we are still on the lookout for a green snow-covered land. At worst, this is a 3/2 for 3 mana. It's not the worst, but it's just worse. Okay, we absolutely got nothing here. Tormentor Slum's tempting. Rune Crown. For one rune, it's not worth it. I might even just cut it. I'm just gonna take the pathway for value. And we might open a busted black red rare or black green. Actually, the black green saga is a good pickup. The black red saga is fine as a pickup. If I see either of those, the pathway comes in, so that's not such a bad pick, all things considered. So as far as rares go, I've got 3 rares out of okay, this one's not great. Cinderheart Giant's back to taunt me. I could take a Funeral Longboat. We have a few early creatures. That is something. As much as I want to take this, double blue on the activations makes this hard. I'm gonna take the Longboat first. We basically are on the lookout for 2. Well, we did not take the Rootless U either, so if the Rootless U comes back, then we need to prioritize another creature with 6+ toughness and or power. I'm liking these picks so far. Is it a busted pick? Not quite. Is it a decent pick? Maybe. Okay, so we got the Effigy, we got the Berserker again. I kind of actually want. So the old growth troll is starting to troll me now. I probably should prioritize Berserkers already because of the Basalt Ravager. Yeah, we got the Tuskegee Firewalker back. Got Scorn Effigy again. Let's take the Firewalker. So we got a decent set of Berserkers here. The Shapeshifters did not come back, so it tells us that there are it tells us that there are people drafting it down the line. Oh. Yeah, there's no reason for that. I'll just take Equivalent Outrider. So just a bunch of plain creatures here. Nothing too exciting, but they're still solid. I will note that I want more decent 2-drops. Okay, this one even as a shock is fine. Let's take Smash and Success. Let's fill out that let's start filling out our, what do you call this? Our vault. There you go. Hey, nice pickup. Now, well, we're probably not going to benefit from it. It's still a burn spell. I will take it. What do I want to have come back? Any one of these 4 cards is fine. Cardur Doomscourge is also fine. So we have a few options for stuff to come back, but we're gonna take the burn spell. So we are high on non-creatures now. So the Rune of Speed is of less value already. Technically, this counts as a creature-ish. The Dwarven Reinforcements counts as a creature, so we're actually at 15 and 6. There's a Dwarven Hammer, so this gives us a 5/1 Berserker. There's a Demon Bolt, which is probably more important here, so I'm going to take that one. So we're at 15. We're at 15 and 7. No, 15. Yeah, 15 and 7. So what I need to do is if I can get more creatures that are naturally good, the Longboat goes. The Jaspera Sentinel and the Vault Robber are also kind of on the chopping block, though Vault Robber might be more useful only because of the awkwardness of Old Growth Troll. Actually, this one's gonna wreak havoc on our mana base. Also, I need to actually set the Snow-Covered Mountain on the side. Okay, someone is clearly drafting all the Snow-Covered lands, so usually you're gonna get one drafter of that style. So there's In Search of Greatness. Everyone's been talking about that. I don't think we're gonna be searching Greatness anytime soon especially because our deck is main red at this point. I'm gonna take the Glade Warden though. It's another 4-mana giant. Has a reasonable ability to pump itself, and we can go. we can go along those lines. So I have to look out for the cards. We're very heavy on 3 mana. Technically, okay, Run Amok's a good combat trick. Probably gonna take that one because we are trying to end the game early. So the Sentinel goes. Struggle for Scamfars. Basically, it's a kind of a 2-drop. This one's kind of a 3. Okay, the Outrider is the least exciting one. Ravenous Lindworm is fine. Actually, it's a very, very important. Boreal Outrider is probably not going to make the cut at this point. Frostbite still makes the cut. Even if it's a shock, it's still fine. It makes the cut there. So the Outrider goes. Yeah. Oh, there's a nice Feed the Serpent. There's a Guardian Gladewalker, a cheap giant, so we're gonna take that one. There's Roots of Wisdom, which is kind of fine. Sculptor of Winter, we don't have really any snowlands. We're gonna end up feeding one snow player. Hey Jericho, nice to see you again. How's the new year? How's everything? I hope you're doing just fine. And I hope you're starting to have a good time with draft. I did sealed a few days ago. It was the worst possible sealed for me. Okay. I want to rare pick this one. I want to rare draft this. I probably should actually. Like, the only decent pick here is Mammoth Growth, but I have to Run Amok already. Dwarven Reinforcements, but yeah, I'm gonna rare draft that one. Why not? I'm playing traditional, by the way. So if I don't get my 3 match wins and I don't get all the value, at least I try to get some extra value off the rares. And we're doing traditional now because very awkward. Okay, King Harold's Revenge, kind of removal. It's a bit weird, wonky to set up. I'd rather just take the other Frostbite. Yeah, we're gonna take the other Frostbite. Yeah, I think the Longboat's gonna go now at this point. So 15 and 8. Well, actually no, we took out the Longboat. That leaves only the Reinforcements, so we're more. Okay, we got some decent picks. I really need to take a Recluse in case we run into flyers. Immerstrom Raider is fine. I will take the Recluse here. But definitely the Shapeshifters are going to be carrying their weight. The Recluse could be a sideboard card at least. There's an Elderleaf Mentor. That's one of the cards these two are the cards I wanted to have come back. Probably gonna take the Craven Hulk again. Just go for solid 4/4. Demon Bolt can't snipe it, but otherwise it takes harder removal. They do exist though, so that is gonna be an issue. Don't really want this one. I'm gonna just take it out. So 14 and 9. No, 15 and 9. We probably need to cut another non-creature spell. We're gonna have to decide which cards end up being sideboard, which cards end up being main board. Like, I could just cut the Old Growth Troll because of its awkwardness. I could just cut this. I could just cut this just to streamline the rest of the deck. We can run a straight 10-7. And we just need to make one more cut here. We are heavy on 3 and 4, though the 4s, a lot of the 4s have foretells. So like this has foretell, these two have foretells, so they are technically cheaper. Probably just cut the Grizzled Outrider. That one's really the odd one. Yeah, if I'm gonna make a cut, it's gonna be a cut towards, though that makes it 14 and 9. I have to cut a red card. Probably the Vault Robber because we're now prioritizing Berserkers and Giants. So we're gonna go with that one. We never got to provoke the trolls, so we don't get to provoke any trolls. I could just put the snow-covered mountain in, but it could randomly get host, and we're not really benefiting off it. So we'll just leave it at the straight 10-7. And we got 3 matches to go. We're gonna see how well we do here. Ay. Also, I can't. Oh, there you go. Okay, so this one's reasonable. We got some early removal. We got the Firewalker on turn 3. Most of our cards are 3 mana, so that's gonna be an issue. Hello, is it me you're looking for? So if our opponent drops a 2-drop, we can Frostbite, then foretell this. So we got a good shot here. Opponent foretells. Oddly enough, so shall we. So if our opponent drops a big 3-drop, we can just... Okay. So what we can do is we can just Frostbite this, get it out of the way. I could have waited for our opponent to equip it first, though. So if our opponent does another drop, because this is instant, we get to snipe it again. So we have a plan. So the nice thing here is we can squash our opponent. Well, if our opponent probably has burn, so we're probably not gonna. The Firewalker's probably not gonna live. Hold the Forge Master is fine. Let's see. Equip. Okay, another. So it doesn't apply to it itself. We're kind of flooding, so that's an issue. So because of that information, I have 2 choices. I'm actually going to let this guy die, and I'm going to snow shoot. Well, no comebacks there, but I'm actually going to burn it out. Our opponent's next big drop we get to squash, but we need to actually start hitting creatures. This is an instance. Okay. If I we're gonna go for the squash first. We're gonna see if our opponent has any additional support for this. Yeah, opponent's playing A to B. Hit or... So we got our... So we're gonna... So... Okay, opponent hits... Well, they only got 1 legal target, so there's... But we actually have an interesting trick here. If our opponent blocks, we take it out and the struggle's safe. If our opponent didn't block, we would run amok anyway, then just use the struggle afterwards. So still a bit sad. We can still only take out an X3 at this point. interesting. Oh wait, no, problem is this is regular fight, so wow, we're getting flooded really badly. There might be a good reason for me to just take one hit for now. Yeah, we're gonna take one hit for now. Because our opponent's gonna end up with 2 small creatures afterwards. But we flooded really badly. We're gonna take the hit first. We'll see what our opponent's next drop is. Okay, not much. Oh, we got something good. Still have to wait though, because if I do this now, we just end up trading. It's not great. Okay, take the 5. Opponent gets the treasure. I'm hoping our opponent's stuck on that last card. So exile a creature card from your graveyard on target creature. So nope, we're gonna put it here. Oh, it turns we barely drew creatures, so that's an issue. So we're gonna give our opponent the option, but they're probably not gonna take it. So our opponent just equips these. We're gonna be on a 2. We'll need to hit even more removal or some way to punch through. Yeah, hitting all these lands kind of ruined it for us. The good news is we have. Let's see. We have Smashing Success, which I don't really want to run. Opponent playing conservatively, signaling that they probably do have something. Well, we can buy some time then. Have to go for the aggro. There's really no way around it. I suspect our opponent. Okay, I did not suspect that. Well, we drew all our burn spells, so that one helped us a bit. Let's see. Opponent has another call. So we're going for 6. He will block. Wait, he has to have another creature. Opponent didn't have anything. Okay, we got there. We probably should have just taken out the cold. That was the safer play. But yeah, we showed all our removal. So knowing that, we definitely want the Recluse in. So one of the Craven Hulks are fine, but Berserker not so much. Gravewalker is fine. Firewalker kind of fine because it does draw us in the cards. Scorn Effigies there. I'm probably gonna cut one Firewalker. We'll just keep it as 3 is to 3. The run amok is still fine though. Actually, with us on the... No, actually it's fine because our opponent's trying to race. That run amok could be a very big difference in the race here. Okay. We got... This one scares me, but I'm going to keep it because our opponent took a mulligan. Okay, we're fine now. So turn 2 Gladewalker, turn 3 Berserker or Fumarole. we will have, if nothing happens, we will have if nothing happens to our creatures, we will have two berserkers. But more likely what's gonna happen is our opponent drops a creature, we have to well, technically this is also still 2 damage. Because I could just name Giant or Wizard. This one helps us make it 3 damage, but no, it'll still be 2 damage regardless of which one I play. Assuming nothing happens to our Glade Walker. Opponent on hold. Opponent's signaling that they have something. Probably Demon Bolt. Iron Verdict. Yeah, sure, that's fine. It's kind of expected, actually. I was actually concerned this was going to come out, so it was a good thing our creatures back were a bit big enough. Still scary, though. So... opponent... not playing any... okay. He has to play something. I'd be shocked if he didn't play anything. Okay, that was bad. I should have manually tapped that one. I probably could have frostbitten if I have to. But it looks like our opponent's flooding, so that's some good news. Yeah, I don't know if our opponent's trying to be cute or if our opponent just signaled the fact that they might be in trouble. Well, we're definitely not waking the trolls at this point. Though what we could do is we can cut down their red mana. Demon bolts. Yeah, that was expected. No reason to foretell that one because unlike suspend, it won't give us these guys haste. So we're better off just playing it now. Opponent foretelling another card. So if our opponent really does nothing, we can take him down to 4. Hold the Forge Master. Yeah, A plus B is not really a great mechanic. Okay, let's see. I think our opponent has a way to save it. Wings of the Cosmos. Let's see if you have another way to save it. Yeah, I would be sad too, but actually it's... yeah, but I was never really a fan of this as a signpost uncommon. This was it's really bad signaling there. So we got our first win, which is very good news for us. So let's see if we can get at least one more match win. Preferably let's finish this all the way. So how am I liking this deck? Reasonably well. We might not get to wake up any trolls, but we have a solid early mid game. Well, solid mid game. The early game is still a bit iffy because a lot of our drops are still like what, 3 mana, 4 mana. So we don't exactly have an early game. The plan with Foretell is really drop your stuff early so that you can drop multiple stuff later. Also a good way to kind of empty your hand and whatnot. We're definitely going first. Definitely going first with this one. In fact, what I probably want to do is foretell the scorned effigy, because this one's more valuable later than earlier. So next turn we will have this and we'll be able to swing with this one. If our opponent just goes for the boast, that's going to be... Now my concern is if our opponent... Okay, good. I was concerned our opponent was going to go for the boast with... Okay, so we actually have some decisions to make. Kind of giving up some giant equity here, but our only giant spell is that. Okay. I'm gonna offer it as a trade because our opponent really wants. Okay, maybe not so much. Next turn we can play our... Well, hopefully we draw another mana so we can play our own Firewalker, then hold up Run Amok when we crash in. Bloody Bloodstone Massacre. So what's... Never Berserker attack. So he will draw 2 cards off this. Oh, he's just gonna take it? I guess that makes sense. It's because the card draw is more valuable. He might even boast one just to recoup the life. Okay. So next turn we get to boast, hopefully not one of our not so expensive cards. If we can draw Waking the Trolls, I kind of want to draw extra mana for it. We might also... Yeah, it's probably going to get... That's actually what I figured was going to happen. So, let's see. Add for each Berserker. So, our opponent's going to kind of ramp here. That 5-drop's going to be scary. Opponent could vote... Yeah, opponent vote for... Because there isn't really much better to do. Drops another Dusk Wielder. It's a Basalt Ravager. Oh, this is fine. Yeah, it's only gonna hit for 2 damage, so... So opponent now has 6 mana though. So that's an That's probably an issue. Also doesn't help that Basalt Ravager is squishy, so Frostbite... Something as small as a Frostbite can take it out. We're kind of hoping to ride the wave with, well, the Run Amok, but I would like to hit other creatures. Raven Hull. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's actually fine. Well, ish. Okay, now we hit the land that we didn't quite need. Now, this can't block alone, so it's probably not going to block at all. He needs to block with 1 more creature. He probably... Okay, let's say he blocks with Dusk Wielder. One, 2, 3... Wait. Oh, wait, yeah, that's correct. He can't block alone. Actually, he didn't need to block with this one. So I need to decide now which survives, Scorn Effigy or the Ravager. Now we need to draw actual cards. Actually, I was wondering how did I survive that last match. Okay, there's a frostbite, but best bet is to actually hold back. Wait for our opponent to come in on the crackback. I think, wait, this is any target, so I might as well block with it. In fact, our opponent goofed up by letting the block happen. He could have just pinged me right now. Another Haggy mob, not so great. No. Okay, got the Dwarven reinforcements. I think our opponent might. Oh, maybe that's why our opponent didn't. Okay. But that's... Okay, if our opponent only has one red source, we know he can just ping one. The Soul Float goes to blockers. Just playing the hammer can pay 2 to make a red berserker. Okay. But the problem is because we hit so much. Okay, got the fumarole, so okay, we saved ourselves a bit there. However, we're going to take a big hit. This has trample, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our opponent can just move the hammer again. That being an issue. If our opponent has their own run amok, it's really bad. But, well, it's not really bad. It's just bad. Now we need to hit actual gas. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, no need to show them that. Let's go to sideboarding. Opponent has plenty of creatures, so, and their creatures are relatively large, so the frostbites are not gonna quite cut it. We'll probably want the not Volt Recluse because that trades well. Old Growth Troll, possible with what happened a while ago, but I'm not going to count on drawing that much mana every time. Mammoth Growth is fine though. So we're going to sub it for 1 creature and 1 non-creature. Reinforcements is fine. Still haven't woken up any trolls at this point. Actually, I should have considered putting the Snakeskin Veil. Ugh, forgot that. Because the bad thing about even with the Foretell fight, okay, so this one's fine. We get to foretell multiple cards, so we have plenty of choices here. In fact, what I probably do is foretell this one first. If our opponent drops something that we really have to snipe, we can just cast and foretell this. So we got a plan. Fearless Liberator. That's gonna generate too much. The alternate plans our opponent just blocks with it. I'm actually hoping for that. Because let's say our opponent decides to swing, make a token. Okay, got the Firewalker. So we get in for some non-zero amount of damage. I guess I still want to hold that up. In fact, if our opponent's spending mana mana making 2/1s, he's not doing anything else. It'll just be awkward if our opponent drops a Craven Giant. Craven Hulk, sorry. What we can do is we can actually just opt to take the hit, then swing back with these guys. Hope our opponent doesn't drop something this big again. Otherwise, I can just trade the Berserker and the Struggle for Skemfar for it. Because I'm not trading these two. Opponent goes Skull Raid. Okay. So bye-bye Dwarven Reinforcements, but that was actually fine. It's one turn where our opponent didn't really do... And they have the Frostbite. If I take this out now, this might be a bad play. An argument could be made for taking out the next threat instead. The thing is, both of them have 2 toughness, so they were both gonna die no matter what. So I'm gonna swing with this one anyway. That's probably a Demon Bolt. No, Jarl of the Forsaken. Just as good. Now we get to drop our own Craven Hulk. We're still not out of the woods yet. Our opponent has way more equity than we do at this point. They even have more lands. How is that possible? Well, that one didn't do anything. We were forced to play this one. It's the return with a +1/+1 counter that's gonna hurt us because they're gonna get this one back. So if we can't take out our opponent now, that's it. Dusk Wielder, so... Okay. This one at least forces a block. Now, it's horrible if this last card is a Jarl. Okay, it's not. But the thing is, our opponent's probably gonna get Craven Hulk back because that one matches it in terms of size. It's a shame we already used our run amok at this point, but I think that was still probably the correct play back then. There's no reason for our opponent to get any other creature, not even Fearless Liberator. Oh, they went for the Fearless Liberator. I think our opponent's trying to go wide at this point. Or they might have an equipment for this. Has to feed the serpent. Yeah, that was good removal. So we're in trouble now. Okay. Go. So we need to boast our way into something good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe this is a good time to awaken the trolls? Actually, no, that won't. Unfortunately, I do need to draw a card off this, so I have to let our opponent move. I'm also concerned that our opponent didn't have anything else. So we'll have to activate. If our opponent trades, they know what I'm going to do. What's an instant? Well, that's fine because this is the more important one to take out at this point. So it's whoever has gas at this point. I'm pretty sure our opponent still no. Okay. I still want to hold this up because if our opponent has another Skull Raid, I want them to only draw one card. I don't want them to draw two cards off this. Okay, let's force our opponent to have an answer now. No, they did not, so we're on to game 3. Let's see if we can survive this onslaught here. So now that we're on the draw, the Frostbite actually comes back in. Mammoth Growth, not so much. Run Amok still fine. Scorn Effigy's fine. The reinforcements. There's an argument for actually taking out one struggle instead for that one. We'll keep the Recluse because we still need creatures. Still haven't found a good reason to play Old Growth Troll. Well, I guess that's just gonna end up in mono green deck. Also, yeah, no, quality's not so great. I'm really sorry, guys. Opponent's sideboarding really aggressively here, so I'm really concerned what our opponent's up to now. It's gonna be a close match, though. I will have to say that. Can't wait to do actual. Can't wait to do actual Premier Draft after this. Well, we're definitely keeping this one. We do know our opponent has fast hands, so that's a this is an issue, but okay, now it's an issue. The thing is, I don't like the idea of risk. So actually trading Breakneck Beardneck. Well, that's also a Beardneck. Well, trading Breakneck Berserk. Opponent foretells, probably a demon. So this one being a 3/3, something to consider. Let's force our opponent to start emptying the removal right about now. If that's a Demon Bolt that he empties on this one, I'm perfectly fine with that. Frostbite, okay, that's still fine too. We just basically need our opponent to start emptying their stuff. I'm actually gonna play the not Vold Recluse because I know most of our opponent's removal is on the higher end. Okay, drops a Jarl of the Forsaken. If Breakneck Berserker, so these two are Berserkers. He has one Cleric. This one did its job already. This one can still benefit it, so I'm actually gonna make the trade. No, knocking on wood, our opponent does not have a Feed the Serpent. Otherwise, it's going to be very awkward. Next turn, I want to... Of course they had it. Yeah, where's all the burn when we need it? If our opponent has run amok, okay, we don't lose yet. But we're so dangerously close. Aggie Mob. That one's bad. So here's the thing. I can only activate this as a sorcery. So my best bet is to actually... snipe that one. Play everything I got. I'm gonna unfortunately have to trade the Glade Warden. If our opponent attacks with just a Haggy Mob, there's a I am tempted to just block with one Firewalker. Block with one Firewalker, boost the other. No, that's not good. This being only sorcery speed only is a problem. Yeah, opponent having the pieces of removal he needed, that one hurt us a bit. But that's how it goes. So I'm already starting to think that Scamfart is probably the first thing I should sideboard out. Okay, double Haggy Mob is an issue. Opponent might hold back. And oh, he's not holding back. Okay, so forced block. So the plan here is I am going to have to double block. Fearless Liberator. Okay, our opponent is gas out at this point. You know what? I'm gonna swing with one Firewalker because I have nothing to lose at this point. Let's see what we get. Okay, probably just gonna throw the assist. That was horrible. Yeah, so there is no way around it. Our opponent can ping us. That's really good game here. Let's see if our opponent sequences it correctly. So let's see if he remembers the edge target. Yeah, we got unfortunate on that one, but that's pretty much the play draw advantage, and I have to say our opponent did a very good job at that one. We did take a knowing risk on that one. That one's accepted. Oh well. So I still want to get one more match win just to get the 4 packs, because that's a world of difference. 1 pack and 4 packs, and also having gems versus not having. So this is our last match. We're going to see if we handle it well or not. But we did give our last opponent sort of a run for their money. Our first opponent, yeah, okay, this one is sketchy. I'm gonna take a risk and mulligan this one. Okay, this is more reasonable. I can... Yeah, I really could use more foretell cards though. Opponent name's black. Okay, so we have a plan here. So I probably just want to empty these berserkers out. Well, I could also just play this one first. Opponent foretells. I'm gonna play this one out first. If this happens to be the chop your neck spell, well, it'll definitely break this guy's neck. Reasoning behind it is that okay, opponent's foretelling again. Doomscar Oracle. Okay, good. We hit our 4th mana, so... So our opponent's playing is playing white-black cast 2 spells, so there's definitely going to be a lot of foretell going in the early game. We have to try to gain equity at this point. Oh, good. So next turn, now normally the deck has plenty of their creatures generally tend to be on the lower end of the toughness curve if they're casting 2 spells. So we should be well prepared for this. I'm basically on the lookout for flyers. So far, the Breakneck Berserker did all the work so far. We did end up using 3 burn spells. Definitely siding in the Spider Inn. I'm going to side out one. Opponent's going to swing. Yeah, all those Frostbites are going to be really good against this deck. So we need to hit one more removal spell. I'm pretty sure our opponent still has creatures at this point. If our opponent... There's a Valkyrie Sword. Yeah. Opponent cannot attack. Opponent's now forced to keep dropping creatures. He cannot afford to not drop a creature. Braggart, that's good. We just need one of our removal spells. I said we need one of our removal spells. Okay, if I swing with this one, our opponent will block with this one, and the other creatures get larger over time. I can swing with all 3. What will happen most likely is, if it's a 3-for-3 trade, I'm actually gonna go for it. Now I want to do that because it removes the equity of our opponent exiling a creature when that dies. Opponents might be gas out. Well, so are we. We actually need to be careful. If there's a Skull Raid, we just gave our opponent 2 cards. There's another Foretell card. Okay, we're gonna start sandbagging now. So we used up 4 pieces of removal. Okay, we hit the Craven Hulk. We just... So I'm pretty sure those are removal spells. So I'm going to... Opponent's still waiting to hit the creature. Well, these could actually be creatures too. They are Foretell creatures, but opponent probably wants to cast them now. Okay, so I'm not going to attack quite yet. Actually, you know what? I will attack now. If it makes our opponent use up their removal spell, let's just get it out of the way. Yeah, Iron Verdict is gonna hit no matter what. So our opponent has 8 lands. This is a good time to... Okay, opponent might hit their double spell turn. Or not. In which case we're just staring down a really large pet. So now we need to up the difference in land count, because how the race is going. Our opponent's now incentivized to drop lands too, because they don't want to be left behind. Opponent taking a risk. They did see 2 break. Well, this could also be removal, so that wouldn't have mattered much. I'm just doing this because that's the only snow source. You might as well take it out. So we got. We're probably gonna get at least 3 trolls at this rate. This could be a Doomscar, which is not great for us, but it's kind of fine. So our opponent's just massing up on mana. We finally got the Waking the Trolls to work. Now let's... Oh, what? Ooh! So they had the Onslaught. Darn, they had us there. Man. We couldn't have done anything about that. We just kept drawing land after land at that point. But now that we know our opponent has that kind of threat... Okay, Recluse comes in. I think I want to try the okay, so Struggle comes out. Reinforcements gives us some bodies on the ground at least. Yeah, we'll go this way. Let's see if we can catch up on this one. That was annoying, but then again, that was pretty much. But that was a very good out for our opponent. We gave our opponent too much time to set it up. Like, yeah, we drew way too many lands there. Our opponent might be sideboarding heavily, not knowing that we got quite a bit of stuff. So a bit unfortunate there, but that's how it goes. Definitely playing first. I don't like this, it's risky, but I'll go for it. Yeah, this unfortunately will only ping for 1, but it's kind of fine. Our only advantage. So the nice thing here is we can play Basalt Ravager and ping this one. Swing with it anyway. So next turn, cast Foretell. That's the plan. Alternately, we can boast. We got our 1/6 drop. There's only one other. There's another 6 drop. There's another 5 drop. Need to double check. You can only foretell from your hand, so that's also an issue. I'm gonna wait 1 turn. Yeah, this elf cleric does buy a lot of time. What our opponent does with that time is another story. Our only good news is that our opponent's missing white mana. So if we draw 1 more mana, we're gonna snipe that snow covered plains. There's an argument for... Is our opponent running red? Our opponent's probably running red, but needs 2 pieces of red, so we're going to actually snipe this one first. Since our... Yeah, because that might have stranded most of our opponent's stuff already. Let's see how our opponent blocks. He's going to take out the card advantage. I probably should have cast the bolt first. If our opponent wanted to save it with village rights, that would have meant our creature survived. That was a mistake. Yeah, this was a mistake. Our opponent could have village rights here. Okay, and I can't foretell this, so I might as well just cast this now. It'll be a waste not to. We're going to end up with at least 2 trolls at this rate. Opponent has a lot of foretell cards. I'm hoping they're all white. Yeah, opponent concedes. Looks like we stranded them after 1 white mana source. So our opponent's gonna be on the play now. There's nothing here that actually helps us. This one's cute. This one's cute. I can actually sub this if our opponent's gonna draw that card again. Actually, we might have a plan there, so we're gonna go for that. Snakeskin Veil is still kind of important. I'm actually gonna cut the... I'm gonna cut the run. I'm gonna cut the run amok here. No, I take it back. We're not gonna cut the run amok. Struggle is still fine. At least 1 copy is fine. Recluse is fine. Blade Walker is fine. All these other cards are fine as is. I can't really think of anything to cut. So I wonder if it's Snakeskin Veil, because our opponent does have quite a bit of removal. Maybe what I can do is cut 1 Frostbite for the Snakeskin Veil. That will do it that way. Probably should have rebalanced our mana also, but I think that's fine. Okay, this one's a bit risky. It's double red. We can at least foretell this. Okay, I think we made a mistake. I got greedy with this. This one's greedy. This was a mistake. I should not have kept this. So knock on wood for land, or else I'm being punished. Well, it's not more like I'm being punished, but because it is my own decision. Okay. Not completely punished. So I'm actually gonna do a delayed gratification play here. I'm gonna see what our opponent actually drops here. If our opponent just keeps foretelling. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna start playing big guns now. Yeah, we did. So we're seeing. Okay, there's a. Okay, there was one. Well, that was... At least I was okay with that one going instead of this one. So we have to decide... Well, next turn we can decide if we Breakneck or Scourge, depending on what our opponent's next play is. Infernal Pet. Doomscar Oracle. It's a 3/3. Oh, it's fine. Then we're gonna actually offer the trade. No, we're not. Because his creatures are a lot softer. Like these reinforcements can do the trick. And if our opponent's play is just this one plus one other spell, we're actually kind of fine. So now if our opponent doesn't do anything else, it's pretty much squash, and I can actually get the double block. Well... Let's see how our opponent does it. Actually, swinging with this one is a bit... Well, it's not so much a mistake. We can still snipe the Doomscar Oracle, so even if our opponent double blocks a Scorn Effigy after cutting off this guy's head. Combat trick. So that will still stay there, it'll still be attacking. Our opponent can choose to double block. In which case I'm already fine at that point. I would take out the Shadow Mage. Yeah. Oh. Our opponent might have a different kind of combat trick here. Let's see what it is. Jarl. Okay, that's good. So next turn it's Glade. How much gas? We got 2 pieces of gas there, so we're gonna take a bit of damage on the top side. Now we kind of have to play defensive because our opponent has double strike. Thankfully, no combo of double strike and trample. So we're definitely going to start stacking. Well, I'm actually concerned about this because this is also an artifact. So if our opponent has like a sideboarded artifact enchantment removal, I may consider playing the Breakneck Berserker, pumping it. Opponent probably has another Jarl. Yeah, that's correct. So next turn, I actually do want to just put the counters here. Yeah, we'll take... Looks like our opponent's flooded. So I actually want to encourage our opponent to keep attacking. Okay, I might have just goofed up on that last one, but I do want to encourage our opponent to keep attacking because it feeds our Glade Warden. Yeah, I figured our opponent had that. Yeah, we goofed on that one. We're supposed to put it here. Now we could still get wrecked by a single Kaya's Onslaught, but... And I really don't like the all-in plan on this one right now. Ugh. Actually, no, that Foretell was fine. So this one deals... Berserker, that's 2 damage. Let's get that spell out of the way. We might still be dead no matter what. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, if this is Kaya's Onslaught, we're ready. Okay, we're not dead. Let's force our opponent to use that one. I could have played that out a little bit differently. Yeah, opponent has lots of gas now, so we... Well, at least we got our opponent to get rid of that. But now we just need to survive the rest of our opponent's creatures. And stop drawing lands. Opponent still has to feed. No, that's the previous matchup. Don't have a choice, have to block that one. So opponent probably has a Jarl. If he just threw that creature away. Way down. Okay, no, that's fine. At least it's not another body on board. Okay, can't block alone. Take it back. Yeah, I want to put counters on this, but I kind of need another creature. There you go. There's another creature. So here's hoping our opponent doesn't... Well, Kaya's Onslaught is fine since we have a blocker now. It's hoping our opponent doesn't have boats. Gold Moth Champion. Okay, this is annoying because it's half creature. So our opponent has... Okay, so at this rate, if our opponent plays a land, we're even. Next turn I get one more. Gas there. So it's also possible. Yeah, it's possible that this does nothing. Yeah, we're at 10. Okay, so if this is a land, it's actually not bad if it's a land. It means that well, we don't. Okay, going for the rush play. Is that our? So our opponent has multiples, so that's interesting. So we get 1/4/4. But yeah, and I have to be. I'm just concerned our opponent might have a turn one. Yeah, next turn, opponent probably has to play a creature. Otherwise, we just go all in. Yeah, it's a shame. Our original plan was to have this as our black mana source, but yep, okay, we won that one. At least we got 4 packs. We got our 1,000 gems. Not bad. Whew. Sorry if I haven't been speaking up recently. That one was very tense, down to the wire. Waking the Trolls, yeah, that gave us... We did get 1 extra troll. We never got the old grow troll to work, but that's fine. So there you go. Let's claim our prizes. Yeah. And all in all, not bad in day's work. So next week we'll be doing premier drafts from this point on. We have probably got only about 4 weeks of that, so hoping we can hit platinum again. Most likely we'll hit gold only, because I'm still learning this one too. That's it for this episode, the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. And yeah, just let me know how you guys feel about the upcoming meta. I'm starting to see Azorius Control making a resurgence. It's a bit annoying as it is, but well, that is the nature of it. I'm actually someone who really prefers aggro mid-range, but I'm running a control deck. So just desserts, I say. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great day, everyone.